Let's get started with this crazy chapter. This chapter has gotten the community going crazy. Welcome to my review of chapter 1043 of One Piece called "Let's Face Death Together." At least in the official translation by Viz, right? Let's jump to the cover. So we have Oven and I forgot the sister's name, but they're standing in front, and in the distance, you can zoom in and see that the Germa 66 ships are, I think, docked, and the people are coming, or they're they're approaching. That at least from what I can see, right? Unless I hope they're not escaping. I can't tell what's going on if they're approaching or escaping in this volume. But we thankfully pick up right where we left off, right? And Kaido slams into Luffy. Kaido's face still devastated that just happened, reminiscing that history repeated itself with one of the best enemies he's faced so far. And not notices, but Luffy lets out his air, and Kaido just looks at him in more despair, knowing that like as soon as he let out his air, that's it. He's defeated, and just Luffy flies off, but then comes crashing back down. And Momo notices his voice is gone. Like something happened. I can't tell if like he's dead. Like we don't know if Luffy is defeated per se or dead. Like if the voice disappears, right? But Kaido is just frustrated. His face is frustrated, and the narrator, like it's so weird because it says, even the narrator says, rooftop dome Victor Kaido, King of the Beasts, and it's just King of the Beast pirates, right? And it's just so off-putting. It's so weird that like Luffy lost in this instance, and he just picks up his club, charges it up full of hockey, and he says, "Well, you were prepared for this outcome, right?" To the CP0 agent that held back Luffy's arm, and we just see a smash right on the rooftop, and it sends shakes all over. And we don't know if he died, but his comrade, the other CP0 member with the mask, kind of like tilts his head down, kind of like paying his respects at his. I would say it's his captain sacrifice, right? And just devastating that we get to see Luffy defeated in this case. And Kaido did say he wanted to show everybody his head, but I think he's so distraught, frustrated, and just wants to get everything over with that he just goes back into the dome, right? We get some panels with everybody freaking out because there's no water. The fire just keeps spreading, and Kaido comes right back down into the what's it called, hall, and tells everybody that Luffy is dead. Surrender or face me now. And everybody just starts freaking out, questioning Luffy couldn't have lost. Chopper freaks out again. That well, so this time you're seeing Kaido, right? So it's kind of like, oh shit, where's Luffy? What happened actually? This time, like, it's not a loudspeaker. He's in front of me. So maybe it's warranted that Chopper freaks out. Kid and Law are saying, though, I guess it was just a dream to defeat Kaido in reality. But I really like Nami in this case steps up and says, you're lying, and she's yelling at him, like stepping up where everybody's kind of quiet. At least it looks like everybody's quiet. And Kaido kind of says, oh look, somebody that actually like stepped up to me, and he shoots a blast breath at her, which is, holy crap, she almost died because I don't think she had a thought of how to stop that. But Marco, awesome, because he's a first commander level, and it shows that he can take care of a blast breath almost no problem. But Kaido says after shooting that, Onigashima's gonna land on the flower capital as planned, and well, he is relentless and he will kill you. Kaido's mentioning that this is the cost of war. You lost. You're all going to be my slaves. Either die trying or surrender and be worked to death. That is the cost of war. And he needs to see Momo. He has to like have Momo surrender for this to all end, at least. and everybody tries to take a cheap shot at the captain's kid-in-law, but the comrades, their crewmates actually defend them here. We get a panel of Neko and Carrot. Wow, almost forgot. Neko and Carrot, and then and then another panel where Kid's getting up, and I guess Law looks like he's getting up too because there's nothing they can do. I don't think they're gonna become slaves. Kid is saying, "I'm going to fight till I die. There's no way I'm going to be a slave," and I guess Law kind of agrees in this case. I really like these next few panels between Yamato and Momonosuke. Momonosuke again showing that he is definitely nothing from, well, maybe not nothing, but he is not like his father. He sees any chance to survive and he kind of just takes it instead of thinking of what the entire. He doesn't think of consequences in this case. He wants to save lives, which is good on him, but he doesn't see that you're going to be wanting death the entire time because you do not want, nobody wants to be a slave being worked to the bone every single day. Yamato reminiscence the samurais that fought till death just to try and liberate Wano from Kaido. Even if they did die trying, it's better than being kept as a slave. And just the speech between Yamato is showing that I guess she really did believe everything Oden says. She really absorbed everything Oden lived for. And Momonosuke read the same journal. So I'm not sure why he's being more, what's the word here? He's being less less motivated to defeat Kaido or die trying. It does seem like Yamato did convince Momonosuke to fight to the death though. So I want to see, actually that would be an amazing battle because now I started getting other possibilities, right? Momonosuke actually comes out of his dragon form and goes into his human form to fight Kaido, and Kaido is gonna see a very uncanny resemblance to Oden. We're gonna see what Momonosuke looks like, but it might definitely affect Kaido in seeing Momonosuke, right? Because God, I forgot her name, said, you look just like your father, and she was crying. So I want to see that reaction panel. And Yamato fighting too. After the small break she might have gotten, not fighting Kaido, she might be up to par to fight. And Kaido's definitely wounded. He hasn't recovered yet. He is recovering though because he's a mythical zone. And the last panels we get that Kaido. Oda could have ended the chapter right there, fight with me to the end. Like, he could have elongated the chapters and he could have left it right there. Fight with me to the end. With Momonosuke, and boom, to be continued. But no, Oda adds, and beautiful because there's a week break, right? So everybody just starts theory crafting for a whole week to create videos. And we hear some drums, I guess. We hear noises, like we hear kaboom and drum noises, and Zunisha mentions that they can hear it, and Momonosuke is asking, what is it? What can you hear? The drums of liberation. So that might be something people heard with Nika, but Zunisha mentions that it's the first time they can hear it in 800 years. And it's the sound of Joy Boy. And it drove the whole community, I want to say, crazy. Because Joy Boy has returned. Then we see Luffy and some liquid, right? I don't know what to bring of this. It's one panel, right? This one panel has driven the community crazy because now it looks like Luffy is turning to liquid. There's a break next week. Now people are going to start pushing out theories, right? I want to even try and make a video on this. So I tried looking at the properties of rubber, right? So why would he be turning liquid? What would be the cause of him turning liquid? No idea. I got nothing. It's basically like a bunch of just chemicals chained together. It's rubber. But and I heard it in some other in a different somebody else's video I was watching. I think it was was it King of Lightnings? No, Morge. I think I was watching one of those videos, right? And they said somebody said it was sap, and I'm like, how's rubber made? Right, it is sap. It's derived from a sap made through some process, and it makes a natural rubber. So the awakening can be that he turns into sap. Like realistically, it looks like Luffy isn't rubber. It looks like he's been liquid this whole time. It looks like he's been a different substance than rubber, because when he was standing the first time, first instance he ate his fruit, he just kind of melted down. Shanks grabbed him and he just kind of extended down. He felt like a liquid, only bound by the what's it called? Only bound by how far his skin can stretch. So it's hard to tell, right? Because I wanted to say he's water, but he's not water, because he still has to have properties of rubber, because he fought NL. He was still not conductive to electricity, right? Yeah, he's not conductive. He wasn't able to get electrocuted. So he is still a paramecia. He's rubber, let's say, right? He's rubber. But in this case, if he awakens the fruit, he can be sap. So he goes back to his natural, realistic, not realistic, his natural substance, which would be a sap from the tree. So if he awakens, maybe he's always a paramecia, but if he awakens, he turns into a logia fruit, making him a special logia or a special paramecia. Because he kind of looks like mochi, like how Katakuri was. So that's kind of the idea I'm deriving, is if he awakens, some people are saying he's a Zoan fruit, but I don't, if he's a mythical Zoan, maybe he has some properties. Because once people eat the fruit, they know what their fruit is. He eats it, and just how Ace knew he ate the fire fruit, Luffy knew he ate the rubber fruit. It's the Gomu Gomu fruit. They know the fruit that they get once they eat it. So my take is going to be that once he awakens, he turns into a Logia now. And he can shoot out like sap substance. Sticky substance, I guess, right? That's my take. That's going to be my take on that. If I come up with a different idea, that's just my quick gander at it, right? But predictions for next chapter, well, it's 2 weeks away, but I want to know what the heck happens to Luffy, how he's going to wake up. I want to see Momonosuke fly towards Kaido and fight Kaido. This means the island starts going back towards the flower capital. It starts creating tension again. This is the tension we need. There's nobody pulling the island away now. So Yamato and Momonosuke fight together. I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know how people are going to feel if Momonosuke does start fighting Kaido. It'd be really hard to justify, because he has no training. He has very little training, if anything. Doing a time skip like that doesn't justify getting abilities and skills that you previously haven't had. You just simply got aged up quicker, but you didn't get like time skipped through training, through years of training, if that makes sense. Maybe he's really strong, sure, but he doesn't have skills. Like, he's strong like how Gon was, but even Gon, after going through, well, I shouldn't spoil that, right? Some people haven't seen. Let me just not mention. I mean, Hunter x Hunter, right? So, but that's gonna be my review, guys. If you got anything I can add, change, or anything you wanna bring up, please leave it in a comment. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.